or death! Give them hell!
Good evening, ladies and gents. So here I am back with another preview event, and this time around we're going to be looking at everything Season 12, which is going to be dropping as a free update for Conquerors Blade on June the 9th. Before we get into the video though, hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with the latest and greatest of Conquerors Blade. So then here we are, we have just had the preview event streamed by the community managers, the influencer manager and everybody like that, and I am going to now be running you through everything that you need to know, everything you need to see for the upcoming season, which is going to be dropping in just a few days time. So I am going to try and run through everything possible in terms of the new season, what is coming, what is returning, everything like that, and I'm going to be reading it alongside the PDF which has been actually sent to us in regards to the new season. So I'm going to be trying to cover literally everything. I'm going to try and make this video as short as possible, but it may go on a little bit because there are a lot more, it seems like there's a lot more changes this season than there has been in the last couple of seasons, but I'm going to blast through it as quick as I can. So returning features: the Battle Pass, the seasonal stores, seasonal challenges, unit challenges, territory war campaign, donation and fame, and the runes. So first off, the Battle Pass I'm going to go straight into, so you can just have a quick look at the kind of rewards that you're going to be getting this season. I need to blast all the way back through because I've just purchased all 300 levels. So level 100 armor this time around is looking pretty swish, pretty cool, liking it. The Bringer of Thunder attire. There's a couple of new emotes and everything in there as well. There's a lot kind of filler kind of items I've noticed in the Battle Pass this time around, but actually I enjoy filler items. I can always do with more gold dust, bronze, schematics, everything like that, so I'm not complaining. Horse attire at level 70, and the box for all the new weaponry and everything just there as well. So once you hit that level 70 on the Battle Pass, whether you're premium or free, you will get that box. If you are premium, you're going to be getting these top ones as well, so just bear that in mind. Loads and loads of rewards this season for both free and the premium Battle Pass, which are really good. It seemed to be literally last season and the last seasons that have gone past. On the free, you had to wait every 2 levels to actually get a reward. It looks like actually for most of them this time around you're going to be getting a reward every level, which is really nice. Obviously, if you have the premium Battle Pass as well, which you do have to go off and buy separately, then you will be getting all of this stuff plus all of this stuff, so it does really add up if you are really looking at playing the game a lot this season. Level 50 unit attire just there for you, looking alright, looking pretty Viking-ish. I liking it. Look at all these rewards, man. There's so many tree size and stuff like that. So just going all the way back through, I'm going to take you down to level 1 and show you the level 1 premium armor for this season, and there you go. Level 1 premium armor. Obviously with that level 1 premium as well, you will get a thing which will actually unlock 50% more glory as you're actually leveling up in the or actually as you're playing anyway, so you'll go up in the battle rank, the battle pass, even quicker than you normally would. Going on to weekly challenges, no, nothing really changed. 10 weeks of challenges. Looks like though, I'm liking this, you are going to now be able to complete stages to earn those glory tokens, which is going to obviously help out quite a bit, so I'm quite liking that. That's a nice sort of change. Season, yeah, the season page is exactly the same. You can still go back through, work out the seasons that you want to, which may be a idea this season, because obviously we are going to only be able to play blue units to begin with, and the first unit we're getting unlocked is purple. We'll go into that a little bit more in a minute. Campaigns, there as usual, 5 stages campaigns. We are all going to be in these 2 regions to begin with, and then they're going to move on, open the Anadolu region. Anadolu is the main capital of the season, so this is where all the big boys and girls are going to be going and fighting down here with the all the other big boys and girls trying to get Anadolu and Regionopolis, which does tie into actually the season and kind of the vibe they were going with, and I did predict that in my prediction video, which is quite nice to see. I think there's going to be loads of fights, so loads of battles, loads of fights, because there's only 3 regions, and I think there's going to be a lot of stuff going off this season, which is going to be quite nice. Now, one thing I do want to just kind of cover here very quickly, you've probably noticed that these are the kind of stages of campaigns, and we're starting to move into the kind of seasonal seal system now, which is what I'm going to cover. So the first stage is obviously when the season drops for a couple of weeks, so we can only use blue units, 3-star units. That is it. That is for matchmaking battles, that is for bandit raids, that is for territory wars as well. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially territory war wise, what people are going to be using and bringing to battles, because we are going to see some units that we never ever see in territory wars. I'm quite intrigued, to be honest. Armor set bonuses are not in effect, so the bonuses that you get from your light, medium and heavy armors are not going to be applicable. Crafted equipment bonuses also are not going to be in effect, and we're going to have only 300 auxiliary units to 300 points to actually spend on auxiliary units. This is making everything very kind of vanilla in a way, and making sure that everybody is kind of playing on that level kind of playing ground. So whether you're brand new or a vet, you're going to be kind of looking at kind of the same kind of lines. Obviously all your doctrines and stuff are still going to be in effect, so if you've got blue units absolutely rammed full of purple doctrines, they are going to do better than the vanilla blue units. But we are going to see a lot of stuff that we have not seen in the past, which I am personally really looking forward to. Moving on to the second stage, we then can unlock and play the purple units. So this is going to be the first time we can play the new unit, the Huskars unit, which is coming into the season. We will get, all of us, added 20 additional leadership. Our armor set bonuses will then go back into effect. However, our crafted equipment bonuses will still not be in effect, and 400 auxiliary points. This is where everything kind of starts to unlock. 11th of July, that's kind of the big date now. We will all get 40 additional leadership. We will be able to play every single unit in the game. All our armor sets will be back, our crafted equipment sets will be back, and we'll get 500 auxiliary points. Moving on, nothing else really unlocks other than we're all getting given extra leadership, so obviously we can start bringing in and playing new kind of units, more units as well. It's going to be kind of pretty tasty battles, I think, going in through, which is going to be really cool. But there are your campaign dates. They should be pretty bang on, to be honest, because I know this is as close to release as possible, so these dates should be bang on. Obviously that one there is really the one you're really looking at, the 21st of August. That's going to be the end of season 12. Bear that in mind. Seasonal runes we're going to cover in a second. Seasonal store, I'm just going to bang through really quickly all of the different weapons so you can kind of have a good look at them. The glaive kind of just looks like a flagpole to me. I'm not too sure about it this season. All the other stuff though does look pretty cool, pretty nice. There's a lot of gold, there's a lot of ivory, there's a lot of silver as well, so loads of detail as usual on all of these kind of weapons, which is always pretty good. It's nice to see them actually taking the time to actually really put the detail and the depth into some of these weapons. Nadachi, I'm not quite sure if that's an Nadachi or just an actual longsword, but still. Nadachi's looking pretty strong this season, so I think we're going to be seeing a lot of them. Just banging through. That is one chunky boy musket. I did not notice that when they were streaming. The longbow also is pretty chunky. One thing I did notice when they were actually streaming though is look how small. Let me take my cloak off a minute. That is a new thing as well that you can do. Look how small on the short bow. I don't know if anybody else noticed this. Look how small the quiver is. Just doesn't look big enough to me personally. The longbow looks alright, but the short bow kind of, yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. But there's the short bow in all its glory there. The steak knives, as somebody called them on the stream, or the jaw blades, and then pretty chunky as well. The maul as well. It looks like a heavy boy, a damn heavy boy. So I believe it is the season 7 stuff that has become the antique stuff this season as well. So if you missed out on any of the season 7 stuff, you will be able to unlock through the blades. Obviously all the blades will cross over season to season as well, so unless you have spent all of them in season 11, you will have them cross over from season 11 to season 12, which is a very nice change that they have brought in the last few seasons. Really still chuffed they've done that. Just running through all the antique stuff that you can get though as well, so you can just have a really good look at all of the different kind of items and skins that are going to be available this season for you. Everything looks very chunky, doesn't it? It's very chunky. So that's more Nadachi, isn't it? So, like I said, this is all the Season 7 stuff. If you missed out on any of this, now is your time to get it again. It's slightly recoloured to the original stuff, but it is the same kind of design and everything, so that's the closest you're going to be getting to stuff. Now, those are proper dual blades, aren't they? I like those. And finally, the maul, and then I will show you the armours. Boom. Okay, so Antique Thane's attire. It's always a nice skin, that. Antique Odin attire. Again, if you missed that, that's a nice one to get. And then you've got all the kind of different unit attires. You weirdly have the Iron Warrior attire, which is the Season 8. So I'm not quite sure how these have slipped on through, but if you want any of those as well, they are available there. All the usual kind of rewards then as well. If you haven't got anything that you really want to get, obviously you've got your Tree Touch, Powder Silver, your Bronze if you're really struggling. One thing I always advise right beginning of the start of the season is bang in these 5 hero experience cards. You want to get your seasonal level up pretty quickly, so you can get it up to level 50, so you can unlock all the seasonal runes as quick as you can. So we are going to be going through this fairly sharpish. However, what I'm going to do is just stop talking at a point so you can actually just have a good old read of all of them, because I'm not just going to go through and read every single one, but I'm just going to very slowly scroll down just so you can really read it. I am just going to go into the ones that I think personally are going to be quite interesting, but as we are going down through, just if you need to pause the video, have a proper read of it, have a proper look at it. I'm going fairly slow so you can get a proper good look at it, and you can just, like I said, pause the video if you need to have a proper read of stuff. It does look like there's some stuff that have had quite big changes, some stuff has had minor changes, but it does look like quite a lot of changes all about. I have already reported all this for the glaive users. I have already reported this as a bug because there is no skill called Wild Frenzy, so I'm not quite sure what they meant by that. The one I think possibly they meant was Arc of Steel, but I'm not quite sure there, but we will see. So I've already reported that as a bug. Most of this is, like I said, pretty bang on. Is as close to final build as possible as they could get. So just have a good read through, see what you think. Now, one thing I do want to really show for the runes is this. On your helmet, you can now have a rune which will proc a thing called Roar of the North. Now, you can have one of these 3. And what happens is it will proc this Roar of the North skill, which will then also proc some of the other runes that have been attached to all of the kind of armors below the helmet. I personally, as a glaive, am going to go for all types of damage by 30 points for 10 seconds, which is a really good thing. Because upon killing a hero, that's pretty good, but it's only when you kill a hero, so it's not going to be great. You're going to be using the ultimate more often. If you are a tank, possibly health falls below, you may want that one, which is quite good. What is really nice with the runes this time around though is it's not just the weapon that is a 5 rune power. All of the armors have 5 rune power as well, so we can play around with a lot more runes this time around, which is going to be nice. But as you can see, while Roar of the North is in effect, we get even more stuff kind of proccing off that Roar of the North skill, which is going to be really nice. So once you say pop your ultimate and get that Roar of the North and get that 30 damage extra for 10 seconds, it will proc something else off as well if you build it that way, which is really good. I've played around with this a little bit already. I'm trying to figure out what is going to be the best. So far I found this one to be very good. Reduces damage taken by 50%, because that's pretty mad for a glaive, because if you are using your ultimate, generally you're going to be right there on the front line anyway, and anything that we can do to kind of reduce down the damage we take is going to be nice. Like I said though, pretty much everything gives you something that will proc off of Roar of the North, so just need to have a really good look through and see what you think is going to benefit you the most, and just have a good play around with it. Have a really good play around with it. What I'm going to do for all you glaive users out there, or possible glaive users, is I am going to make a season 12 glaive build at some point in the next few weeks, after I've had a play around with all these runes, had a good try of them, seen what actually works the best, and I will obviously put that into a video for you in the next few weeks. Just keep an eye out for that one. Dual Blade is looking pretty strong, Nadachi is looking pretty strong this season, Musket also looks like it's had a bit of a buff. What they have said though is for the pike, for the musket and the poleaxe, I believe it is, they are looking at balancing them. So it's going to be interesting to see in the next week or so actually what they do to those particular weapon classes. There are no details yet, but that is what they have come out with so far. Now, before I go into and show you the units, I want to just talk about the Shield Maidens, the Berserkers and the Sons of Femra. So I made a video last night saying that these 3 units will be getting a balance. That balance is not coming in right at the start of the season, unfortunately. I believe it's around the 16th we will get additional information about those balance changes to those units. So about a week after the season drops, we will be getting that additional info about what is actually changing with these 3 units. I am really hoping they are brought back into the meta. I really hope they are made viable to play again, because I miss playing the Shield Maidens. I know a lot of you out there do as well. These girls really have the potential to be a real standout unit, especially in territory wars, but they just don't seem to have found their mark yet, unfortunately. Hopefully those balance changes are going to bring that kind of stuff back into line, which is going to be nice to see. Again, if there are any substantial changes, which I am expecting there will be, I will make another video for you around the 16th when the additional information is released about these 3 units. So, the 2 units which are dropping this time around are the Huskars and the Varangarian Guards. They have different names because they've just pulled them from the Frontier kind of version at the minute. Alright, but these are the Huskars, these will be the Varangian Guards. So the Huskars are the purple unit. We will not be able to play these when the season drops. We will have to wait 2 weeks until we can play these. These, however, are looking like a very solid sword and shield unit. Even though they've got an axe, their class as a sword and shield unit. I know it's a little bit strange, but they are looking pretty damn solid. Their veterancy line, I think, is probably actually going to be the best built like this. I've had a good look through all the rest of them, and I personally think this, as a razor sharp effect that can stack 3 times, I think this is going to be definitely the beneficial one, because I believe these guys are going to be better played as a very heavy attacking offensive unit. Anything that you can do to increase the amount of damage and stuff that they put out is better, and I don't think any of these other skills really are going to be worthwhile. I think this is definitely going to be the best way to actually build them. Looking through their skills and everything, obviously their leadership is going to be reduced by 10 during the course of the season. They have a bit of a weird kind of skill, to be honest, where they actually sing a Skald song and it increases their combat abilities the longer you leave it going as well, before you engage and move them or anything like that. It will actually increase their combat abilities and everything. You just got to be very mindful though that while they are chanting, they will take more damage, so you don't want to be doing this on the front line. Are these going to be considered Norse or the Northman units, same as Season 7? I believe someone said they are, but I think we are still waiting for actual confirmation about that at the minute. So hopefully they will, and they will be considered against the Season 7 quests if you still need to do them. As soon as I know actually for real if they are going to be or not, then I of course will let you know. Now I've put the Ironsides Doctrine on these, so ignore this skill down here, but they come with all of these different skills here, and from what I have seen so far, I've got a little bit of gameplay footage for you of them. They actually look like they can hold their own, and there was a few guys and girls of the CCs, or the content creators, were testing them, and I'm pretty sure someone said they absolutely ripped apart Palace Guards, so that's going to be quite an interesting thing to see on the actual live servers. Varangian Guards, so these are the tier 5s. These are going to be, again, very big, heavy hitters. They come equipped with a sword and a shield, but they also have the ability to swap to a 2-handed axe. That is insane, because they are going to be pumping out some mad damage right there. I've not had a proper look through all of these, but anything that actually you can look at to see is going to be increasing their damage. I think it's going to again be the best place to actually play these. So I personally would probably not bother with this top line here, because this seems to be a very defensive tanky line. I would more likely be going down this kind of route, so increasing the damage dealt by 15% to infantry. Like that's big. Possibly even increasing the amount of attacks they can do as well. Anything kind of down this line, I think I'm probably going to be going for these. Once these guys actually do release properly, I will build them very quickly, and I will tell you how to build them for the best kind of result from using them. But right now, unfortunately, because the PTR server is very unstable, I can't get into any fights. I can't even fight rebels, so I can't really get in there and give them a proper go, unfortunately. Again, ignore Ironsides. That's the doctrine I've put on them. So they are coming with 5 different skills, and all of those skills are very damaging, offensive, heavy hitting. So they are going to be quite a offensive unit. So then, to unlock the Varangian Guards and the Huskars, it's the same as usual. Obviously, you just got to unlock them through all the different challenges and everything. Certain amount of pages for each one, and then eventually you'll get to ones that actually unlock proper doctrines for them as well, which is always a nice way to see, because the doctrine that you unlock for them is usually the way that you want to actually build them. So with this, increasing movement speed by 10% is kind of leading me to the fact that they need to be built offensively, because they're going to be some form of kind of shock unit, shock troop. Varangian Guards, once we've got them unlocked and everything, these guys again, shatter shields, damage by 10%. Again, very offensive, very kind of aggressive unit. That is definitely the way I'm going to be building both of these teams, or both of these units up. So then, there are going to be 3 reworked maps as well. There is going to be Raid on Helheim Fort, Raid on Brock Estuary, and Raid on Aurelian, or La Grande Gloire. I can't totally pronounce that. So these are going to be reworked maps with more AI, with different weather effects, all that kind of stuff on them, and I believe they are going to be on a rotation as well. So you will be able to play one, the next week you'll be able to play the other, the week after you'll be able to play the other. That is, I believe, how it is going to be working with these. It's going to be good. It's going to be nice to actually have these on rotation, especially Brock Estuary. I've still only played it about 4 times. I would love to play it more, but I actually love Helheim Ford, and seeing it kind of play differently and have different stuff to it, I'm quite interested to see. So moving on down, I've already explained all the seasonal system as well. What I'm doing right now is just flashing up an image just to show you exactly when you can use certain things and what is kind of locked out for you. Because I know this is a real big kind of point of the season. A lot of people are looking forward to it, a lot of people aren't looking forward to it, but I want to explain it a couple of times during the video just to really make sure you understand what is happening and what is coming. Moving on to the rank system. The rank system is having a major rework as well, so I'm not going to go too much into this, but it should be a lot more pleasurable, it should be a lot more positive, and it should be a lot easier and better to actually get ranked up. You are not going to be so badly hurt if you lose matches and say it's not your fault, which is quite nice, because every ranked game I seem to go in, I seem to lose, which is a pain in the arse. They are reworking that. It should make the whole experience of ranked a lot better and a lot more pleasurable. So if you have not yet done ranked, or if you have done ranked and really did not get on with it, try it again when the season drops, because it should be a lot better. Ranked, obviously, you can only play at the weekends. I think it's from Friday night till Monday morning. That's the only time you can play ranked, and you need to play the ranked so you can score those 5 wins each weekend to unlock those chests, and the rewards that you get from playing ranked just make it worthwhile. Like, the rewards you get are absolutely insane, so I would definitely suggest it. Quality of life changes. There's been a few quality of life changes. The battle pass and weekly challenge optimizations. Apparently they've been made slightly bit easier. I think I did here. Clearer beginning tutorial. I know it's not going to affect most of us, but for those of you that are new, those of you that are thinking, should I jump on this game now? Yes, definitely should. It's going to be even easier for you to get into the game and become quite a viable kind of player. Yeah. Balancing adjustments for pike, nadachi, and poleaxe. I think I said musket, I meant nadachi. Show and hide buttons for the mask and the cape, which is really nice. I know not everybody likes wearing headwear, and I know not everybody likes wearing cloaks. Now you can turn them off or show them as much as you want, which is a really nice kind of quality of life change there. So the Fame store will be returning as well. That's going to be exactly the same. There will be a dude or a lady that you need to hand in kind of stuff to build up your Fame and unlock the Fame rewards and everything from. Bandit raids are returning. Bandit raids will not be made easier. So bear in mind, for the first couple of weeks, we're only going to be able to take in blue units. Bandit raids may be a little bit more difficult. Make sure you are taking in decent blue units and not just blue archers, because you are going to get absolutely ass rammoed if you do. Please don't be that guy. That is pretty much everything that I want to cover in the video though. All the rest of it, unfortunately I can't show you the maps because, like you can probably see, the PTR is having a real old fit here and it's pretty much dying, unfortunately. But that is everything I kind of want to show you right at this point. Like I said, Season 12 is dropping on the 9th of June, so you've only got a few days to wait for it. Hopefully tomorrow we will be playing a few maps and matches against the community managers as well on the new maps, so hopefully you'll be able to see them then on stream. I hopefully am going to be participating. It all depends on what happens tomorrow night, but I know there will be definitely some content creators which will definitely be there, so check them out if they're if I'm not about. They will be good to kind of show and see these maps before you start jumping into them. I'm going to leave the video there though. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed this kind of quick run through Season 12. Let me know your thoughts below. What are you looking forward to? What aren't you looking forward to? What do you hope that is going to be coming in the next few weeks as well? Because apparently there's a few more changes coming in the next few weeks which yet have been announced. So just let me know your thoughts and everything down below. As always, hit that like button, share button, sub button, all that lovely fan-dooby-tastic stuff. And I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.